The Red Cross is a humanitarian organization that provides emergency assistance, disaster relief, and disaster preparedness education around the world. It is more recognizable for the symbol they wear in most of the Western world, a red cross. But what's behind all that? Well, a big worldwide humanitarian movement. And let's talk about its story and the way it works. The Battle of Solferino was held in Italy in the mid-19th century between Austria and the French-Italian alliance. The conflict left around 35,000 casualties, and the medical teams weren't enough to help all the wounded soldiers left on the battlefield. A Swiss businessman called Henri Dunant was traveling around there and was horrified by the battle's aftermath, so he helped organize people around to bring aid to the wounded soldiers from both sides, and encouraged the French Alliance Army to release captured Austrian doctors to help. He also financed the creation of makeshift hospitals. Some years later, he wrote a book, A Memory of Solferino, in which he suggested the creation of non-combatant teams to provide medical help to the wounded on both sides. It also promoted the idea of guaranteed international protection for those aid teams. That book was widely distributed and reached the hands of several important European figures. Then, the Genevese Public Welfare Organization set up a 5-person team to consider and shape Dunant's ideas, being Dunant himself a member of it. Some weeks later, they organized an international conference with delegates around Europe to discuss the committee's plans in launching the Red Cross movement. The symbol of the Red Cross is the reverse version of the Swiss flag. 33 states in the Muslim world use the red crescent moon as the reversal of the Ottoman Empire flag, and Israel's emergency service used the red crystal symbol. The next year, the Swiss government organized a conference where delegates around Europe, US, Mexico, and Brazil signed the first of 4 Geneva Conventions, aiming for the implementation of Dunant's ideas. Months later, the first Red Cross volunteers were seen in action in Denmark. In this period, Gustave Monnier, a member of Dunant's committee, became president, named it the International Committee of the Red Cross, and fired Dunant from the team. The movement expanded across Europe and won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1901. In the coming years, after the second version of the Geneva Convention, the movement arrived in Latin America, Asia, and other African countries. World War I meant the first big challenge for the Red Cross. Volunteers outside Europe traveled to support European countries during the war. Also, the committee set up the International Prisoners of War Agency, which cared about the guaranteed protection of people jailed during the war. Due to the agency intervention, thousands of prisoners were exchanged between war sides, released from captivity, or returned home. During the war, the POW agency published postcards of prisoners in their daily life, doing activities that didn't affect their integrity, with the goal of keeping hope alive in their families and informing about their wellness. Then, in 1901, Henri Dunant, president of the America's Red Cross, led the foundation of the League of Red Cross Societies, later renamed to the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, with the goal of expanding the Red Cross's activities beyond ICRC law, including response to emergency situations not caused by war, like natural or man-made disasters. Every national society is a member of this movement. League's foundation was met with controversy due to the potential rivalry against the original Red Cross's committee. Its first mission involved an aid organized in Poland for the victims of a famine and typhus epidemic. For the Second World War, the Red Cross kept its mission on POWs, but its response to the Jewish Holocaust was criticized as indifferent, the moment it leaked that they were trying to keep its neutrality reputation and not interfering with political matters. The Nazis held control of the German Red Cross, difficulting their cooperation during the conflict. The Red Cross got permission from the SS to visit concentration camps only if the delegates stayed until the end of the war. 10 delegates accepted those conditions and attended the concentration camps. Nowadays, the movement is present in 190 countries around the world, has 97 million members and volunteers, helping around 233 million people per year. They get funded by donations from different states and organizations around the world, private companies, and even individuals. They serve under the fundamental principles of humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, and universality. Every 4 years, the movement holds an international conference with members of the International Federation from around the world and the founding committee members. That conference works as the Red Cross's highest governing body. Between conferences, the Standing Commission of the Red Cross and Red Crescent work as the highest governing body of the movement, supervising the implementations of the conference's resolution and coordinating activities between both the Red Cross's international organizations. Yep, these are a bunch of long names, but that's how the Red Cross works around the world. As we said before, the Red Cross gets funding with donations, and we'll attach the links where you can donate below. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, push that like button. Feel free to leave us a comment or share if you think it's worth it. Stay fresh.